This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
The Major Indoor Soccer League champion San Diego Sockers trying to put a stop to the New York Express. Monday at 2 Eastern on ESPN.
Hold SueBee honey up to the light, and you see nothing but pure, natural U.S. grade A clover honey. Light, golden, as nutritious as honey can be. And it's filtered for consistent quality. Maybe your family won't know that when they enjoy the natural sweetness of SueBee honey. But you'll know. SueBee honey. Purity you can see and taste.
You give your all to all you do. Don't settle for less from your shampoo. Wash and go, Pert Plus.
Ordinary shampoo can't give you this kind of manageability. You need Pert Plus with a unique combination of effective shampoo for cleaning plus conditioner for control all in one. For great, easy-to-manage hair, it's one of a kind.
Just one shampoo does it all for you. Wash and go.
With shampoo, conditioner in one.
Pert Plus.
The Bulls and the Bears slug it out on Wall Street again. Get a ringside seat for all the stock market action tomorrow morning on Nation's Business Today, right here on ESPN.
Federal Reserve Board Chairman Paul Volcker spars with Congress over the direction of the Fed's monetary policy.
President Reagan plans to sharpen America's competitive edge on world markets, gets strong support from the country's largest business group.
Live from the nation's capital, BizNet and ESPN present Nation's Business Today for Friday, February 20th, 1987. Now, from the anchor desk, Merrill Comer and Carl Grant.
Good morning from Washington. Congress starts working on a federal parental leave law. We'll have that story. Good morning, Meryl.
Good morning, Carl. We'll also conclude our profile of T. Boone Pickens with a look at the personal side of the oil man on the CEO close-up. But first, this morning's top story. Carl?
And he's quite a basketball shot, as we'll find out today. Well, a parade of administration officials followed Fed Chairman Paul Volcker up on Capitol Hill to assist in congressional attempts to determine what the nation's performance will be like during the year ahead. Volcker clashed with some members over the Fed's refusal to set targets for the growth of the M1 money supply. Treasury Secretary James Baker set the tone for his Saturday meeting in Paris with other G5 finance ministers, and Trade Representative Clayton Yiter surprised some lawmakers by predicting that the trade deficit will shrink by at least $40 billion in 1987. Nation's Business Today correspondent Scott Barrett reports.
Availability of reserves and money.
The wild fluctuations in M1, the measure of money supply in the economy, weighed heavy on the minds of many members as Fed Chairman Paul Volcker explained he will not be setting targets for the coming year. M1 expanded wildly in November by 21%. For the year, growth in money supply was more than 15%, even though the Fed had set targets of between 3 and 8%.
The fact that Congress gave the Fed leeway to include additional measures does not mean you have the authority to drop M1 from your reporting requirements.
Why do you invest with Charles Schwab?
Schwab is quick and courteous. I like the service and the savings.
Nobody tries to sell me anything. I get very good service.
Time is money, and I saved both.
Here at Schwab, we drive down your commission costs, and we do it with a level of service that you'll really appreciate.
For your free Schwab booklet, Call toll-free 800-423-3100.
When your sore throat is slow torture, Chloroseptic spray is fast relief. How fast? So fast, she'll feel relief even before we can finish this commercial.
It's yours?
No,
Your mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must have...
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's not...
Where did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Hi, I'm Denise Austin. Join me every day to tone up and trim down. See how celebrities keep in shape and find out the latest on fitness.
Well, for those who follow things like the GNP figures and results, they have something to think about this morning.
And there are a lot of people in Washington who do, Carl. The government has revised its estimate of gross national product growth in the fourth quarter. Nation's Business Today correspondent Lee Thornton reports on what the downward revisions mean for the White House and business.
The cause of the cut in the government's estimate of GNP growth for the last quarter was a $12 billion swing in business inventories. Despite the revised figure of 1.3% growth for that period, growth for the entire year was steady at 2.5%. But it's not good news for the Reagan administration. Its proposed budget for fiscal '88 assumed a 2.7% growth rate for last year. The difference means that federal revenues will fall short by several $1 million more than had been expected, and that adds to the federal budget deficit. Government analysts say the decline in inventories of manufactured goods was unexpected, particularly for machinery and electrical products. It changed what had been expected to be a $4.2 billion growth rate to a $7.9 billion decline. The overall GNP showing for 1986 was the worst annual performance since the recession of 1982, when growth dipped to 2.4%. I'm Lee Thornton for Nation's Business Today.
More than ever before, world events are reshaping the way America does business. That's why the Financial Times of London is a vital asset. It's the leading newspaper of international finance, business, politics, and power, and helps you deal with change and opportunity in a global economy.
The Financial Times, now printed in the United States. To order, call 1-800-453-1903, 453-1903.
When there's work to be done, there's one name that's always on the job. Arrow. The T50 staple gun, expando attachment, and hot melt glue gun. Arrow. You'll grow attached.
The 1946 MG. The 1957 Thunderbird. The 1987 Volvo 740 Turbo. A collector's item you can drive every day.
Soon this street will be teeming with people, tasting exotic foods from all over the world.
Thank you. Is it good? Good and spicy.
Now Anne is about to experience a problem that's universal.
Harp, I've got heartburn. Can you beat that?
As a matter of fact, I can.
Pepto for heartburn?
Sure.
As Pepto coats, it soothes heartburn, as well as upset stomach and diarrhea.
I didn't know you could conquer. I can't.
Pepto-Bismol, the one that coats, is the only one you need.
Isn't it about time you developed your most important asset? Yourself, your confidence, your success potential. Discover the new personal improvement handbook you can use every day. Self-analysis by best-selling author L. Ron Hubbard. Now at B. Dalton's or wherever paperbacks are sold. Buy it, use it, because if you're not moving up, you're falling behind.
Coming up tonight on SportsCenter, Chris Berman and George Brand report from St. Louis on Game 3 of the World Series. Also, a judge gives a #1 pick in the NFL Draft free agency. Join Tom Mees and Larry Burnett tonight at 11:30 for all the sports here on ESPN.
The White House has come under fire as of late on the domestic and foreign policy fronts, but the facts remain that during the past 6 years, President Reagan's economic programs have created 10 million new jobs. At the same time, inflation has gone down and industrial production up. One group of business leaders paid a call at the White House yesterday to reaffirm their support for his policies. And Nation's Business Today congressional correspondent Dan Cush reports.
The world's largest business federation, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, decided to demonstrate its support for the Reagan economic program, and especially the president's recently proposed competitiveness proposal. The Chamber Board of Directors unanimously voted in favor of sending President Reagan a letter of praise for the success of his economic program during the past 6 years, and a pledge of support for the administration's legislative agenda for 1987. Chamber leaders, led by Board Chairman Edward Donnelly, went to the White House and presented the president with the letter of support. Chairman Donnelly summarized why the Chamber's letter was sent at this time.
Well, its purpose is to express the support on the part of the Chamber of Commerce and the business community generally for the new program that the president is embarking on now that the 100th Congress is getting underway.
The message of support for President Reagan from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is welcome news at the White House. The president's economic program faces tough sledding on Capitol Hill this year. For Nation's Business Today at the White House, I'm Dan Cush.
What burns calories faster than jogging? What's easier than cycling? What's the #1 fitness exercise in the world? It's cross-country skiing. Now, there's a cross-country skiing simulator that firms and tones the entire body and puts total fitness in easy reach of everyone. It's called Easy Glider, and it's the first ski simulator that's easy to afford. Just 20 minutes every other day. An hour a week is all it takes to strengthen and firm all major muscle groups and lose weight aerobically. Step on the glider pads, set the tension control for desired resistance, and you're off on a road to fitness as invigorating as a cross-country run. With Easy Glider, you'll burn up to 400 calories per workout, and you'll feel great. Your reward is total fitness, improved endurance and energy, weight loss, superior toning of chest, arms and back, calves, thighs, and buttocks. The smooth, fluid gliding action means there's none of jogging shocks or injuries. And unlike exercise bikes or jogging, all of your muscles get an efficient workout. Notice the quality construction of the sturdy metal frame. This handsome unit folds down quickly for easy storage. Other ski simulators give your wallet a workout because they cost as much as $500. But Easy Glider is just $59.95, and your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. Finally, the benefits of cross-country skiing are in easy reach with Easy Glider. Grab the bargain. Call toll-free now.
To order your Easy Glider, call 1-800-542-4100. That's 1-800-542-4100. Use your credit card to avoid COD charges or send check or a money order for $59.95 plus $7 shipping and handling to Easy Glider, Department 20, Canton, Ohio 44750. That's the Easy Glider, Department 20, Canton, Ohio 44750. But for faster service, call 1-800-542-4100. That's 1-800-542-4100.
From the America's Cup to the NFL, nothing else means total sports more than ESPN.
Congress is considering action on a bill that would require employers to provide workers with up to 4 months unpaid leave for the birth of a child. Also covered the adoption or serious illness of a child. The Senate Labor Committee heard from unions, business associations, and women groups on the measure.
NAWBO does believe that every parent should be able to take time off work to have or to adopt children or care for seriously sick children without the fear of losing his or her job and without facing discrimination in the hiring and the promotion of women of childbearing age.
But business groups argue that there is no need for an expensive new federal benefit program.
The business community is responding to the changing demography of our workforce. Flexible benefits and innovative solutions to the demands of working parents are being developed and are preferable to rigid, inflexible, costly, and counterproductive federal mandates. For these reasons, the U.S. Chamber strongly opposes Senate Bill 249.
Senator Christopher Dodd, the bill's sponsor, says he remains hopeful that Congress will act soon on the measure. Well, speaking of an emotional issue, raising the speed limit, 55 to only 10 miles.
Well, you know, I think this probably legalizes something that's already been happening. The drive to raise the speed limit from 55 to 65 miles an hour on some rural roads is continuing to accelerate. Transportation Secretary Elizabeth Dole has now thrown her support behind the move, but she says the increase should be limited to the best-built rural highways that carry less than 10,000 vehicles a day.
If you're up against the old boy network, subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. You'll find that to achieve success, you don't have to be old. And you don't even have to be a boy.
Call 800-372-3000 for this special introductory offer. 13 weeks for just $29.75 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.75. Phone 800-372-3000 now for the Wall Street Journal.
Nothing makes your day like helping others make it on their own.
You bring out the pride we all feel inside.
It's going to be easy next week.
It's more than just the job you do. You make America work, and this Bud's for you.
Good work.
Here's to you, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This Bud's for you.
Charlie Brown. Not again. Not to worry, Charlie Brown. I'm simply making a point for MetLife. The point is, don't trust anyone who doesn't spell out what you're getting up front, like a MetLife representative does. Get Met, it pays.
Once upon a time, millions of us roamed the bathrooms of America.
We're bull shavers, convinced we had to use shavers with all kinds of expensive extras.
But we don't pay an arm and a hoof anymore, 'cause us bull shavers are becoming
Bic shavers. Bic gives us an extraordinary shave at an extraordinary price, without bells or whistles. To pay more makes you, well, bullheaded. Try the Bic for normal or sensitive skin, and you too will have a beef
with bull shaving.
Wednesday, the Pro Bowlers Fall Tour gets rolling when bowling legend Dick Weber competes with the greatest bowlers in the country. The Treasure Coast Senior Open, live Wednesday night on ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
On SportsCenter, the once big beast of the East sharpens its tournament knife as Georgetown was at the Carrier Dome today. A crucial test for East versus West in the NBA. At the Spectrum this afternoon, the Lakers and Sixers. And Boris is back in a tennis final, this time against the best from Sweden. All of that coming up next on SportsCenter. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this Sunday edition of SportsCenter with Gail, Gardner. I'm Tim Brando, and in college basketball, it's the time of year when the good teams seem to be getting better.
The good teams get better, and it's really crunch time because the various conference titles are being decided, and a big one today at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse. An NCAA record crowd for a basketball game on hand to see the 9th-ranked Orange men take on the 11th-ranked Hoyas of Georgetown, both chasing Pitt for the top spot in the Big East. Now, earlier this year, these two teams went to overtime, a game won by Georgetown by a single point, and today's game decided by 1 point as well. 36,602 fans at the Dome, an NCAA record, breaking the previous mark also at the Dome. Close first half. Hoyas working inside to Perry McDonald, and he hits the left-handed hook, draws the foul as well. But here's the spurt up 51-48. Syracuse looking flat now. Greg Monroe's shot blocked by McDonald. Down the other way. McDonald in for the slam. Hoyas rolling 26 for Perry McDonald, a career high. And finally, McDonald again going over the much larger Ronnie Cycli. And Syracuse would put on a rush at the end of this game, but it fell short. The Hoyas winning 72-71. The Hoyas now 21-4, 10-4 in the conference. Syracuse 22-5, also 10-4 in the conference. Both tied for second place, one game back of Pitt in the Big East.
You give your all to all you do. Don't settle for less from your shampoo. Wash and go, Pert Plus.
Ordinary shampoo can't give you this kind of manageability. You need Pert Plus with a unique combination of effective shampoo for cleaning plus conditioner for control all in one. For great, easy-to-manage hair, it's one of a kind.
Just one shampoo does it all for you. Wash and go.
With shampoo, conditioner in one.
Pert Plus.
Don't just ask for a light beer. Give me light. Ask them to bring out their best. Bud Light. Bud Light. The less filling light beer with the first name and taste. Hi.
Hi.
Buy your friend a beer.
Members built the Players Club. You said you wanted VIP savings on rooms at participating resorts. Well, members dine in the world's finest restaurants for 25% less than the general public. Cardholders enjoy the biggest shows and brightest stars. Call the club toll-free and get free information about a fabulous offer. 2 complimentary room nights in Las Vegas or Atlantic City with super saver airfares. You'll even get this handsome travel wallet absolutely free. So, call now. Tell your friends you saw it on the telly.
It's one of the nation's top races for fillies and mares, and it's live on ESPN. Don't miss the 50th running of the Delaware Handicap, live Saturday at 6 Eastern on ESPN.
Were it not for 3 last-minute points from Georgetown, DePaul would be the nation's #1 team. Today, the Blue Demons were at home at the Rosemont Horizon to take on a Georgia Tech team that's been playing well of late, particularly off their performance yesterday at Duke. And Dallas Comegys was dunking as usual. This time off the alley-oop, a 3-point play, but Georgia Tech led early in this one. Now, if you're not on a window, here's what the reverse angle looked like on the Duncan Dallas Comegys shot. Remember now, DePaul trailing by 6 are on the break. Strickland shovels to Comegys another dunk. The Blue Demons have enjoyed everything but the lead, but finally they get that with an assist from Comegys. 25-23 DePaul, now out in front for good. And Tech was in trouble the rest of the way. Watch now. Farrell and Tom Hammonds get together, but again, right over Comegys to get the hoop. Then Dalrymple feeds Farrell down low. He's rejected there by Comegys. Then it would be Strickland and company on the other end. DePaul would win this one in a blowout, and Bobby Crimmins' team was in deep trouble at that point. He knew it. 84-67 the final score there. Comegys a career-high 33. Strickland added 28. DePaul now 25-1. Georgia Tech falls to 16-9. Now, in the ACC today, North Carolina State was in a must-win mode at home at Raleigh. And early on in this ball game, it was the interior play of Virginia that was the catalyst. Kennedy, both Mel and Andrew, this time with the drive to give it a 42-28 lead for Terry Holland. Then the Wolfpack cut it to 9. Danny Bolden will drive the baseline. The iron unkind, but the Shaq's machine. Charles Shackelford puts in the dunk. He draws the tee, but North Carolina State had pulled to within 4. Then the Wolfpack continued to close in. Quentin Jackson knocks the ball away, fires to Bolton for the Jamola. NC State now down by just 1, but then James Jackson hit 4 free throws for Virginia, and then Vinny Del Negro loses the ball. Remember, NC State having all kinds of guard problems. They lost Kenny Drummond about a week or so back, and they're now 14-14 and are destined for the NIT, perhaps. They lose this one 72-65 to Virginia, who are now 18-8 and 6-6 in the ACC.
Before the government gets hold of your tax return, maybe you should get hold of the Wall Street Journal. After all, it's your money. At least for the time being.
Call 800-372-3000 for this special introductory offer. 13 weeks for just $29.75 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.75. Phone 800-372-3000 now for the Wall Street Journal.
So tell us, Mrs. Robinson, how do you like driving a new Volkswagen Vanagon with one husband, 3 daughters, 2 sons, 3 tents, 1 raft, 3 sleeping bags, 2 bicycles, 3 belly boards, 1 set of drums, 6 sets of earplugs, 1 barbecue, 10 bags of marshmallows, 2 tennis rackets, 1 tennis elbow, and more stuff than we ever got in our old minivan?
I don't hear anyone complaining, do you?
Don't miss out on the fun and excitement. Bud Sports and ESPN bring you the major indoor soccer league game of the week. It's the MISL on ESPN. Check local listings for times.
The Red Foxes of Marist College are coming off the most successful basketball season in their history, which included their first ECAC Metro tournament title and their first appearance in the NCAA tournament. Big key to their continued success, 7'3" Dutch center Rick Smits. Don Gould has more on this import from Holland.
You're watching 7'3" junior Rick Smits from Eindhoven, Holland, one of the international giants that makes up a large part of the Marist College Red Foxes. And it's Smits who bears the greatest responsibility for the college basketball world discovering that trips to Poughkeepsie, New York can be dangerous to your one-loss record. Marist has won 10 in a row in the ECAC Metro Conference.
We're coming together as a team. You know, we had a pretty rough preseason with all the things going on, and you know, now we're getting it together. And now we're just, you know, we're not at our peak yet. We're going to try to peak at the right time in the playoffs when the NCAA come along.
We've won 10 games in a row, and we won 12 of our last 13. Rick's an All-American, pure and simple. In every sense of the word, he's a great player. I think that for a team at our level, Rick means all the difference in the world. He's the Jeff Rowland of Marist College.
Marist is running away with the conference. Smits is averaging better than 21 points and 9 rebounds per game, and NBA Director of Scouting Marty Blake is impressed.
Well, I think in 2 years he will be a high draft player, because Frank Layden said you can't teach height. He's 7'3", he's got an excellent shooter, he can hook either hand, so what he has to do is work on his upper body strength. People fail to realize that he really hasn't played a lot of college basketball.
He's as American as you or I. He's, you know, McDonald's, the whole thing. He's the kind of kid that is fitting very well here. And when I say an All-American kid, he's just very comfortable here. His dream is to play in the NBA, and he'll adjust to that as well as any American I can imagine.
In Holland, what drew you to the game first?
Well, my mother was playing basketball. So a friend of hers asked me to come, you know, watch a game and maybe come to a practice, and that's how we got started.
It's tough to be 7'3". It's tough to excel in a sport that's as American as basketball's supposed to be, but Smits has adjusted. Don Gould in New York for ESPN.
That's a quality coach, too. Young McGarity, he did well at St. Francis, had a brother that played at Georgia, and has a great future at Marist, it seems.
He's certainly taking over the program last year, brought them, as we said, into the tournament, and now 10 wins in a row and looking as good as ever. So
Indeed,
a lot more to look forward to.
We've got a lot more college basketball scores to show you, but that'll happen a little bit later.
Plus an NBA thriller at the Spectrum this afternoon. Of course, the Sixers and the Lakers. And out on the golf course, the final round of the LA Open, final round that goes to sudden death. We'll be back in a minute. Stay with us.
SportsCenter is being brought to you by Moet, France's best-loved champagne.
It's just a ferry boat home, but Moet makes it Paris. It's just a view you've seen 1,000 times, but Moet makes it Paris. Life can be more than every day. Life can be anything you say.
France's best-loved champagne.
Moet makes it Paris.
Imagine trying to sleep in an ordinary hotel room.
Where you can get to know your neighbors without ever seeing them. Now imagine trying to sleep in a room in a Red Lion Inn with double insulated 10-inch thick walls. Red Lion Inns. You can tell the difference with your eyes closed.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Pitcher of light.
Bud Light. So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
The sound, the action, the thrill of being there. This is the excitement of a masterful performance. This is Hitachi. Masterpieces in the art of home entertainment. Hitachi.
They're taking breakfast by the hand all over the land. It's a fresh new way to start your day. Get your boogie in along and on your way. Hey, McDonald's is taking to the highway, taking to the street with a sit-down breakfast when there's no time to eat.
Enjoy a fresh biscuit sandwich or hot egg or sausage McMuffin.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's, taking breakfast by the hand.
The first destination of ESPN and PanAm's World Tour 87 is the Brazilian Grand Prix in Rio. ESPN and PanAm will take two lucky couples to Rio de Janeiro for an all-expense-paid week of fun and excitement at the Grand Prix, April 12th. To enter the sweepstakes, watch Speed Week and catch the winning slogan. Write the slogan on a card with your name and address and mail to World Tour Sweepstakes, Post Office Box 907, Ridgely, Maryland, 21683. If you're one of ESPN's World Tour winners, PanAm will fly you and a guest to Rio for a week of sunning on Ipanema Beach, dancing at the Copacabana, touring this exotic city, and enjoying the colorful Grand Prix festivities. PanAm has 2 daily nonstop flights to Rio de Janeiro, each on a comfortable 747. PanAm schedules and fares to, from, and within South America are the industry's best, making us the first choice to this exciting continent. So get your passport ready and join ESPN and PanAm's World Tour in Rio.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.